is metal on metal. Just a complete system failure where, you know, the brakes just don't work. Well, I just got the truck back from service and we have to go into service again. Good morning, everyone. It's Ben Hardy here, and this morning was really strange. If you guys are wondering where the Raptor is, it's because it's, well, it's in the other driveway, so don't worry, the Raptor's fine. But we had a very interesting morning. So we had a magnitude 5.7 earthquake this morning, and if you guys have ever been in an earthquake before, which I know a lot of you guys live out in California that follow me, so you guys have earthquakes happen on a relatively regular basis, and you've probably experienced an earthquake that's a much larger magnitude than that, then you know it's not anything crazy. It's just like shaky everywhere. It's the best way to describe it. Like, I think the thing that was funny is where I was. So I spent a bunch of time last night editing a bunch of videos, and so I passed out on the couch, and the reason that I woke up from it was because I literally got shook off of the couch, and then obviously I wake up and I'm like, what is happening, right? But yeah, I mean, so far there's nothing too crazy. It looks like the airport here in Utah has a little bit of flooding, and then there's some like superficial damage to some buildings, but other than that, it seems like it's not anything crazy, like nothing super serious. But yeah, we'll just have to see, and it's kind of an interesting way to start the morning. But the more important thing is we're taking the Raptor in for servicing. Well, I'm over here in the garage, and obviously everything's fine over here, and this is where I'm storing the stock exhaust setup. And yeah, I know I do need to clean it up, but I have an update on the exhaust tips for the new Raptor, or I mean for the new exhaust, not the new Raptor. The Raptor's the same, but the new exhaust, you guys get what I'm saying. So I totally messed up and put the wrong part number in, and well, yeah, we've got chrome exhaust tips, but Corsa is awesome, and they're getting me exhaust tips that are black shipped out like ASAP, which I mean is crazy. Like, that's amazing customer service. Like, we're dealing with all this, I can't say what it is, but this silly mysterious virus, and now here in Utah we're dealing with the quake, which I have dubbed it Corona quake, but regardless, we're dealing with all that silly stuff, and they're still just like, boom, shipping it out right away. Like, amazing customer service, even though we're going through all this. So it will no longer be this kind of like weird chrome with the rest of the black and the orange and the gray. So it's gonna be exciting, but we've got to head out so we can get the truck in servicing, and I'm hoping the Ford dealership will let me video in the service department so I can show you guys like the undercarriage of the truck and everything. Well, there's a couple procedures that need to happen here. So we got to go into, oh, wrong mode, sport mode. Okay. And then we've got to press this little doohickey button right here. And, yep. And then we've got to go into manual mode. And, well, you guys will understand in a moment. Well, hopefully I'm getting better at this whole holding camera situation and driving, or at least a little bit better. It still sounds so good. Yeah, this is still difficult to drive with one hand, but oh my gosh, I am in love with this Corsa exhaust. It is just, it's perfect. Now I just wanted to show you guys, because I didn't really get to show this like fully in my last video on the exhaust on the highway. So right now I have the windows closed and I've got the adaptive cruise control on, and right now the truck's actually accelerating, believe it or not, which I actually have to turn the speed down just a little bit, just saying. But the truck's actually accelerating because I'm going up a hill, no drone at all. Like, it sounds completely normal. So we are back here in the service department, and they're gonna be doing a tire rotation and oil change. I just wanted to show you guys like the undercarriage of the Raptor. You guys are gonna notice some things. So like, this is actually clean all the way back here, and sorry about the noise, obviously people are working. But notice that right here, they always get like a little bit of surface rust. That's pretty much on any vehicle if you take it to any sort of off-road, or even just any kind of like regular use. But yeah, I mean, a lot of this stuff isn't even like it's dirty. It's just like it's permanently there at this point. But it's kind of cool to see like the whole undercarriage of the truck and just everything that is happening under here. But yeah, you can definitely tell like exhaust, or like the new exhaust, like everything here, and then it just ends abruptly like right here, because you can see just how much like freaking dirt is caked on it. So this is definitely a part that I'm gonna try to get cleaned off, is all through here as well, just getting that all cleaned off. And I can see there's a bunch of stuff under here that I definitely need to get cleaned as well. But the one thing is, all of the shocks and everything are in perfect condition. So the mechanic basically looked at it, and I mean, everything is fine, and also the shocks right up there. So yeah, I mean, all of it is good, but yeah, it's just interesting to actually be able to see like a full view and be able to see the shocks here on the front. It's pretty neat, and you guys can see the skid plate, how much I've scraped it on the off-road. So I mean, that is just past repair at this point, but I did pretty good actually cleaning it. And then I'm just gonna give you guys kind of like a quick just run around after this. It's like you're like straight on view just under the whole truck, and yeah, the spare's really dirty. Just so you guys can kind of see everything that is happening. I just got the truck back from service, and we have to go into service again. So here is the issue. Well, it's right over here. So the passenger backside brake is metal on metal at this point. So we're not exactly sure what happened, but obviously there's got to be some sort of like manufacturer defect with that, because the truck has less than 6,000 miles, and well, yeah, metal on metal is not good at all. So I'm taking it in first thing tomorrow. So this video went from like a fun video that was supposed to be just today, and now it's going to extend into tomorrow. So I will definitely give you guys an update, obviously, at the, I guess, latter part of this video. So it'll be like instantaneous for you guys. But yeah, that is what we found. Oil change, tire rotation are done though. So we have these tires that'll, I mean, you guys can see just how much treads on those ones, and then heading over to the front ones, which these ones used to be in the back. Look at the difference. So don't do too many burnouts, don't do too many I don't know. I've been riding pretty rough with the truck, but we'll have to see what happens. I'm pretty sure I found out how to make the truck backfire on command. Wait for it. Wait for it. Yes, that was a little pop. But if I downshift to second gear at like 45 miles an hour exactly, it does a backfire pretty much every single time. Good morning, everyone. It is the next day, and it is crazy like how quiet it is. Like there's pretty much no traffic in my neighborhood, which there's always like a decent amount, but yeah, it's kind of crazy just after everything that's happened. But I'm gonna keep things short. We're taking the Raptor back down. We're gonna get it checked out again, and well, this is my obligation to you guys, is just to get a cold start with the exhaust. And again, black exhaust tips are coming, and hopefully you can still hear me, because it's loud when it cold starts. We are back here in the service department again, and this is the driver's side brake. So this one is completely normal, so you guys can see everything with the rotor, all of it, and just look inside of here. So obviously I'm not an expert, but you guys can see everything inside of, well, hopefully you guys can see, so you guys can see everything inside of there. So that is all completely normal. And again, this is the driver's side where we're not having any issues, and it's really cool to see like all of the shocks, everything is just like exposed in here. And look at that, we got the tires off. But obviously the problem side is on the passenger side. So again, this all pretty normal. Now if you look in that same place, notice that it is, if you guys are mechanically inclined at all, it is metal on metal. So obviously that's not good, because then it's eroding everything away. So what they have to do is they have to take all of this completely apart here in this side. And once they take all of that apart, then they can kind of determine what the problem is. And then I just want to give you guys another quick look. So here is what the normal one looks like again. And then here is what the not normal one is. So I'll try to like merge the clips together so it's like super tight. And then also, it's like cool to be able to see inside of all of this. Obviously I don't get to see it on a regular basis, and you guys will be proud of me. So if you look underneath here at the bottom, I mean, it's still not perfectly clean, but I cleaned it a little bit better. I still have this little part right here that on that part of the exhaust, but notice that this part I got cleaned. I just need to get these pipes cleaned, but I'm not sure if I can get this off, because I think this stuff is like pretty much like super hard packed on there. But yeah, the Raptor will be fixed soon, so I'm just going to continue to wait, and I will give you guys an update once it's all fixed. Oh, and I forgot to mention one more thing. So the last thing I forgot to mention is there has been like creaking in the back end, so they are going to be looking into that as well. And I'm guessing it might be because of all of this right here. You can see this on the shock. That might be causing the creaking. Not sure, but they're going to look into that and see what that is. So I guess I have two problems with the Raptor, which I didn't even realize it, but well, I did realize it. I just completely forgot to mention that to you guys. So like creaks, I can't do it obviously because it's on the lift, but basically just imagine whenever I go over bumps or when I stop with the truck, when it like does any sort of movement, it just like creaks like crazy. And I'm wondering if that right there is to blame, or if there is something else. Just wanted to give you guys a quick update before we continue the video into tomorrow. This is like a 3-day ordeal now. So we've got the problem all figured out. Now I'm getting the parts for the brake ordered from Denver. I shouldn't say me. The Ford store is getting the parts ordered from Denver for me. So those will be in tomorrow. And then once those are in, they'll let me know. So that'll probably be around 11 to 12 tomorrow. Then obviously I'll pop back down, get it done. And then hopefully this whole ordeal will be done. And then also we still have to figure out the squeaking in the back. So yeah, maybe it's not done yet, but I'll see you guys tomorrow. Well, we are day 3 on this adventure, and I didn't take you guys with me down to Provo when I was getting the last part of the Raptor fixed, just because I didn't want to get in the way of the mechanics, and I just wanted to get it over with so that I didn't have to worry about it anymore. But in this last part of the video, I'm just going to explain exactly what happened, and well, let's get into it. For me to be able to explain this, we just have to go to the back of the Raptor, which we're already here. So this is the caliper that we've had no issues with. Just take a gander there. In all of her glory. Sorry that the ram's blocking it, but you guys get the point. So we're gonna go to the other side, and you guys saw the video in the shop, and geez, I just scraped against it. So you guys know what I'm talking about. Now look at this one. Brand new brake caliper, all pretty and such. And now I think it's the time for me to get it painted. But what basically happened is the caliper was defective. It was bad from the start, so it was nothing that I did. It was just a bad brake caliper, so they had to replace the caliper, the pads, everything. So all of it was replaced. So brand new unit here on this side in the rear. And yeah, that's what the issue was. And I'm really glad that the Ford dealership in Provo caught that, because it was actually a really big safety issue. Because what would have happened down the road potentially is just complete system, I mean, it was already at failure, but just a complete system failure where, you know, the brakes just don't work in the rear, and obviously I would have gotten into an accident potentially. So yeah, I'm glad that it was fixed. It was a huge safety thing, and well, it's over. But there's another thing. So the reason we're deep inside here is the leaf springs in the back were not completely aligned in the rear, and that was causing the rear end whenever I was moving to kind of like make like a creaking sound. I'm sorry that I didn't show it to you guys. I should have, but I kind of forgot to. But you can just imagine there was like a creaking sound whenever the truck would move. So they realigned everything in the rear, so that was fixed. And that one, honestly, I forgot to ask, but I'm guessing that one was my fault, because I imagine it came unaligned because I've jumped the Raptor a million times. So that one was probably my fault. Brake caliper's not my fault, or yeah, the brake caliper not my fault, but the leaf spring setup probably my fault. And to answer a question that I got a bunch in my post about this, yes, it was covered under warranty. So the Raptor only has about 6,000, well, I just barely hit 6,000 miles on it. Haven't had it for 12 months either. So that is covered under the part of the warranty that is excessive wear and tear, that if something like crazy like that breaks within the first 12,000 miles or 12 months, then Ford will completely cover it, which they covered it obviously. So thank you, Ford. And also thank you, Ford, for getting the brake calipers out so fast, because, well, there's this mysterious illness going around, and yeah, some things have kind of been wishy-washy, so I'm glad that I got the calipers fixed and everything. Well, if you fell asleep during any of that, brake caliper broke because manufacturer defect, which caused the brake pads to wear down, which made it the whole system fail, so we got that replaced. And then the leaf springs in the rear were crooked, so we got that fixed. Tires are dying, so we're gonna have to get new ones probably relatively soon. No, I'm not selling the Raptor. And I had a lot of people also comment that I should have kept the Rebel, or I should have stayed with the Rebel. I actually had just as many issues with the Rebel as I've had with the Raptor so far. So right, we had the issue with the brake caliper on the Raptor and the leaf springs. But on the Rebel, I had the front end come loose like 3 different times, had to take it into the shop so many different times, and it got to the point where I didn't even feel safe off-roading that truck, because I was worried that I was gonna get stranded with the front end just coming apart like it was. And so yeah, not going back to a Rebel and keeping the Raptor. So yeah, I'll see all of you in the next video.